meeting to order. This meeting is a meeting of the Board of Education in public for the purpose of conducting the school district's business and is not to be considered a public community meeting. Public participation is governed by Board Bylaw 0169.1, public participation at board meetings. Mrs. Petter, roll call.
Mr. Simons?
Present.
Mrs. Kessler?
Here.
Mrs. Cleveland?
Here.
Mrs. Moore?
Here.
Mrs. Ely? Here.
Very good. Mr. Carr, could you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, I need a motion for approval of the agenda.
I move to revise the agenda, adding on the second executive session, following. Number 2, to consider the purchase of property for public purposes, the sale of property at competitive bidding, or the sale of other disposition of unneeded, obsolete, or unfit for use property in accordance with section 305.10 of the revised code.
I second that.
Thank you. Mrs. Petter.
Mrs. Kessler?
Yes.
Mrs. Cleveland?
Yes.
Mrs. Moore?
Yes.
Mrs. Ely?
Yes.
Mr. Simons?
Yes. Motion passes. You're moving to E, the inspirational message, Mr. Carr.
Thank you. We have Mrs. Dawn Bailey and the fabulous students from Lincoln Heights Elementary. So, Mrs. Bailey, would you please come up?
Good evening, board, and good evening, community members and my amazing students and staff. This is my 12th inspirational message, and it doesn't get any easier. I'm as nervous as the first time, but I think it's just because every year I have more and more exciting things to cram into 6 minutes. So here today we are going to share with you our latest addition to our Leader in Me implementation. So Leader in Me is all about the 7 habits that Stephen Covey came up with years ago. Many of us in grad school have learned those habits and how we take them down to elementary student understanding in order to guide their leadership skills and improve the culture of our school building. So we are in our 3rd year, and each year we add a new piece to the puzzle. Last year it was our leadership portfolios. This year it is living lockers. And so we have a video to share a little bit about living lockers with you, and then a few members of my student leadership team who are here, and they are under the direction of one of my amazing teachers, Ms. Rosevear. They will walk our board members through creating your own living locker.
based off of if they have 20 or 40 or 60 lessons passed. They can also earn badges based off of the Leader in Me habits. So having one, if they're being proactive or synergizing or putting first things first, they can earn badges based off of that. And they can also earn principal's badges, which are special badges for our principals.
As far as keeping it in school, this really helps to set goals for them. So either getting like the VIP or getting the Leader in Me goal, it still allows them to have accomplishments and work towards certain badges that they want to get.
The badges make them feel very proud of who they are and empowers them to obtain more badges. It also makes it so that other people who are visiting our school can see what kind of things our kids are being highlighted for, and it is a great impact on their self-esteem. There's a leader in me. There's a leader in me. I can lead myself, I can lead my friends, I can do anything. There's a leader in me. There's a leader.
Thank you. And I would invite everyone on the dais to find your living locker. And we're just going to take a couple of quick minutes. And my student leadership team, you can leave yours at your seat, and then some of our staff members will pass them around for others to see. But they are going to walk you quickly through creating your own living locker. It will be very easy to find because your photo is on your locker. But we've got, please share. Everybody's got their own glue stick, but there are markers, and the students will talk with you. We have selected some badges about things about each of you. Miss Petter, you're there too, my love. And so you will create your own, and then they will show you some other badges in case you would like to just know what else we do. But we'll take a couple of minutes and pass around samples through the audience, and then have you all create your own. Mr. Simons, you're right in the middle. right, be ready to wrap up in about 37 seconds. All right, before the timer goes off, we're going to finish in 10, 9. Thank you, Ms. Hogue. Thank you, student leadership team. Thank you, baby. Thank you for your active participation. Thank you, student leadership team. And thank you, staff, for sharing our living lockers around the room. As I wrap up my final inspirational message, I just want to take this moment to thank everybody who has supported my leadership. I want to thank my staff who has had unwavering support, our students, our community members, the school board, everybody in Viking Land and beyond. And I want to give a special shout out to Susan Whiter, as well as to Dr. Amy Krause. Dr. Krause was a former assistant superintendent who reached out to me in June of 2014 and asked me to take a leap of faith, and I am so glad that she did. I've spent 12 years with amazing Vikings. It has been a wonderful journey, and there is no other place that I'd rather be or to end a 33-year career than in Viking Land, more specifically at Lincoln Heights Elementary School. Over the past years, we have done a lot. Our discipline, the culture, everything has changed, has improved. Our attendance, our community support, and our community involvement. We've had 5 stars in gap closure, 5 stars in progress. In 2023, we received a star award from the Center of Child Abuse, 2024 Momentum Award for our growth, 2025 Hall of Fame. We are waiting on, we got the notification, but we're waiting for our banner that we achieved the Purple Star this year. And we are up for Heart Safe identification as well as we are going through that process. And we have also worked very hard to meet the attendance indicator for the last 3 years. Many of my teachers have received grants and special accommodations, including Warm 98 Teacher of the Month, Adopt a Class Teacher of the Year, Miss Jones. We've had Principal of the Year, Heroes of Character, and so many accolades from community for all of my staff. And while this has been the most challenging of my 12 years, it has also been amazing. And so I am excited to pass the torch for the community, staff, and students for the new era. I have dubbed this as my victory lap. And in gratitude to the board who allowed me to hang back one more year, my SLT members have principal's badges. That's a high honor for your living locker. So they'll bring you your badges. I want to thank my staff, my students, and the community for always backing Lincoln Heights. Thank you.
And we thank you for all of your hard work. Irreplaceable. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for the lockers, board members. Anything else to add to that?
Yeah, we had someone here tonight who is the daughter of a former school board member. We all know who that is. Paul Hogue, his daughter Melanie, is at Lincoln Heights. All right. And her mother, Patty Hogue, was named Woodlawn Citizen of the Month. She's on the cover of the Neighborhood magazine.
Oh.
And
You might as well mention who's sitting next to
oh, her Aunt Esther is here. Aunt Esther is a mathematician and a professor at Cincinnati State University. And that's their cousin.
Okay. Anyone else? Jada or Jody? Okay. Thank you, Lincoln Heights, very much.
Thank you.
Good job.
Mr. Card, recognition, proclamation.
Yeah, proclamation. This is Month of the Military Child, April 2026. So the board wishes to proclaim the following. Whereas Defense Secretary Casper Weinberger was responsible for establishing April as the Month of the Military Child in 1986, and the Department of Defense has honored his initiative ever since. And whereas the month of April is an important one for children who have one or both parents serving in uniform, since 1986 there has been an increasing number of awareness campaigns aimed at recognizing the needs of military children in all areas for coping with the deployment of their parents to war zones, to education of military dependents in schools around the globe. And whereas approximately 2 million military children have experienced a parental deployment since 9/11. And whereas nearly 80% of military children attend public schools throughout the United States, whereas children of service members continue to make significant contributions to schools, communities, and the nation despite prolonged and repeated absences of one or both parents. And whereas Month of the Military Child reaffirms our commitment to ensuring excellence in schools and youth services to military children who face unique challenges that other children their age may never experience. And whereas Month of the Military Child is a time to honor the sacrifices made by military families worldwide, and an emphasis on the experience of the dependent children of military members serving at home and overseas. And whereas Army Air Force Blue, Army Green, Navy Blue, Marine Red, and Coast Guard Blue all are thought to combine together as a single color, purple. Purple indicates that all branches of the military are supported. Whereas Princeton High School, Princeton Community Middle School, Princeton Innovation Center, Evendale, Glendale, Heritage Hill, Lincoln Heights, Sharonville, Springdale, and Stewart, and Woodlawn Elementaries, it's all of them, schools have been awarded the honor of Purple Star Schools by the Ohio Department of Education. Now there it be resolved that the Princeton City School District Board of Education joins with the Department of Defense and school districts and communities around the world in declaring the month of April 2026 as Month of the Military Child in the Princeton City School District. Thank you.
Let's move to B.
B. We now have a recognition of a fabulous young lady. We want to recognize the Princeton 10th grade Samantha Young, who became an Eagle Scout. The board wishes to recognize Samantha Young, 10th grade Princeton High School, for completing her Eagle Scout project and achieving the rank of Eagle Scout. Samantha was founding member of the Evendale Troop 1598 when she crossed on March 14, 2021. She achieved the rank of Eagle Scout on March 16, 2026, becoming the first female Eagle Scout in Evendale.
Wow.
Samantha wanted to make an impact at Princeton for her Eagle Scout project. She reached out to Kristen Brown to see if there was a project that could impact both the music program, which Samantha was very fond of, and the school. Together, they came up with a plan to revitalize Door 5 entrance where music students enter the building. She planned to execute a new landscape that helped prevent mud from entering the building while looking beautiful. Her design included a staff music note path, a bench, and plants to coordinate with the plants that were already established in the nearby area. So, Samantha, if you'd come up, we have a certificate for you.
Let's go. One more, please. Say you're on all the time.
Cub Scouts.
Can I go ahead and move on and get up here? Okay. Next, Mr. Roberts will come up.
Yeah, we should. Sit down.
Good evening. We have several winter sport recognitions that we would like to recognize today. So we've had a very successful winter here. First, we'd like to recognize our Princeton Community Middle School student, Roman Sims. Roman is in the 6th grade, and he has several awards that he has achieved in wrestling this year. He was the Ohio Athletic Committee District Champion, the Ohio Athletic Committee Divisional State Champion. He was the Southwest Ohio Regional Champion, the Southwest Ohio State Third Placer, and the Ohio Athletic Committee State Runner-Up this year. So
Wow.
Roman could not be with us today, but we do have Coach Lindsay here, so we would like to congratulate Roman Sims, Princeton Community Middle School. Yeah, we'll do them all the same. Next, we'd like to recognize the 2 state qualifiers we had for Princeton High School this year in Kimora Carpenter and Hezekiah Gary. Both are seniors and both qualified for the 2026 OHSAA State Tournament, which is extremely difficult to do for those that know the sport of wrestling. Both had commitments this evening. Kimora is actually at our varsity softball game tonight, so they could not be here. But our head coach, Coach Matt Lindsay, is with us today, and we just want to congratulate our wrestling team on the success they had.
And then let me do one here, and then we'll get back to you, Mr. Roberts, so we can stay in order here. Right now, we are going to recognize 2026 Princeton High School Student Debate finalists. The board would like to recognize Princeton High School 9th grade student Francois Sagna and Christian Atiso for reaching the state finals in congressional debate competition. Christian advanced to the semifinal round of this competition. Neither could be here this evening, but we have their certificates, and I'll have Mr. Roberts take it over to the high school tomorrow to get those to them, so we say thank you to them.
Next, we'd like to take a moment to recognize the Princeton High School cheerleading program. They competed at the state competition down in Florida this past winter, finishing 6th. Nationals. I'm sorry, I said state. I apologize.
Get it right.
I apologize. So we're extremely proud of how they represent the Vikings in all that they do. And we call your name if you'll come up and get your certificate. Amira Bryant. Danielle Dawson Ortiz. Callie Evans. Shayla Finnerty. And as Shayla's making her way up, I'll brag on her a second. She just made the crosstown shootout a little more exciting as that team across town, Xavier, is contemplating going to cheer for the Xavier Musketeers after high school. So we're extremely excited. Shayla, go Bearcats. Eternity Foster. Kennedy Girton. Sasha Hamilton. Olivia Holsey. Cache Johnson. Uriah Judkins. Ariana Cahill. Kennedy Legree. Talia Lofton. Valerie Lopez Benenzo. Alan Vasquez. Greg Frazier. London Pope. Ava Robinson. Camille Strader. Ulea Terry. Destiny Thomas. Niall Tidwell. Alea White. And our coach, Landon Zellers. Don't get too comfortable. Yep. Now we'd like to recognize the 2026 Princeton High School varsity girls basketball team. This year, they were GMC champions, they were district champions, they were regional champions, they were state runner-ups. What a great season it has been. Teammates, Ava Brockman. Jordan Champion. Honesty Davis Brown. Jordan Fox, Kiara Harris, Naja Love Mohammed, Cameron Lowe, Jade Orange, Claudia Simons, Simone Smith, Heaven Sneed. And while Heaven's making her way up, last year we talked about Heaven represents Ohio for the National Federation of High School Student Leadership Council. She'll be heading to Utah this summer to be a part of that team again, so we're super excited for that as well. Jaslyn Terry, Aaron Thomas, Naomi Wyant, and our head coach, Dee Davis. A couple of Coach Davis's assistants are here, Leslie Sickles, Danielle Needham, did I miss anybody? We got them all? Oh, is everybody here? Right, board.
Sitting down.
Oh, that's right, there's another one.
Yeah, but now
I'll sit there and wait till next season.
And our final winter recognition that we'd like to do at this time, we'd like to recognize the 2026 Ohio High School Athletic Association Division I State Boys Basketball Champions, our Princeton Vikings. Starting with Amir Gill. Alonzo Gill. Jordan Johnson. Terrence Jones. Sebastian Jordan Ramos. Hayden Kohler. Kyron Lee. Cam Mercer. James Millen. Nemo Neal. Mike Nixon. Bradley Pearson. Amir Phillips. Kenny Pope. Ragni Santiago Lugo. Javion Williams, our head coach, Brian Wyant, and his assistants, Daryl Brockman, Tim Monahan, Berto Allen, Tyler Black, Peter Barton, Brandon Tolbert, and Trey Burks. Tiara Stewart, our manager, is with us. Oh, no, she's not. That's it? Oh, Ronaya Hicks. I apologize. Ronaya Hicks, my bad. Two rows, two rows.
We're gonna get in there, I'm sitting in front. Longest one ever. That's a good one, though.
Did John, so did he leave with the team?
They're probably going your way. Well, that was a lot of good recognitions.
I believe that concludes all the recognitions.
That's a lot. Good stuff. When I text you the other day, Vikings are on fire. Got
That's
some more
right.
stuff at the end.
Sure. Okay, we will now have recognition of visitors. And we will start with Angela Solomon.
Hello, I'm Angela Solomon. I live in Princeton School District in Glendale. In August, when I began the process of asking for a change in the policy regarding homeschoolers attending classes in Princeton schools, I had so many fabulous, fortuitous meetings in one weekend, and I was so excited about the possibility of change. And I spoke with so many people about my hopes, and so many people in the school district are completely supported. They believe that it's a great policy. I've had nobody say anything else, but they also didn't think that anything would happen. But I researched, and I shared my research with you, the board, and I've met with most of you to have more in-depth conversations. And after 7 months of emailing, speaking with you all, speaking here at meetings, I'm so disappointed to be nearing the end of a school year with no significant sign of movement. The most disappointing thing about what I've given 7 months of effort to is that now Princeton friends and significant volunteers and involved people in our Viking community are asking for updates, and they're not surprised at my lack of success and sadly at your lack of action. But I have hope. I believe there is still time for a change and a strong policy to be written that could be implemented for the next school year, and I hope to see that happen. Thank you.
Thank you. The next person is Lindsay Young. Is this the mother of the Eagle Scout?
Yes, I am coming up here just to request something on her behalf and on the behalf of all Eagle Scouts. She had to go to her meeting, so she couldn't stay, but she would like to know, we would like to request that the board update the policy so that the Eagle Scout students who earn Eagle Scout could wear the Eagle Scout cords at graduation, because right now in the policy, they are not allowed to wear those cords at graduation, but you call them all over here and recognize them, so it feels like it would be something that would be possible. So she would like to request on behalf of all Eagle Scouts that we could maybe approve to have the Eagle cords be one of the things they can wear at graduation.
Thank you. The next person is Lisa C. Stevens.
Good evening. As the school year is coming to a close, it has been laid upon my heart to come and speak at a board meeting. First of all, I want to say thank you. Thank you to the Princeton City School District and to the many teachers and faculty that have touched my children and in turn our family. Children that aren't even mine, but I care deeply for and about. I'm a wife, a mother of 2 Princeton alums, the daughter of a 25-year Lincoln Heights cafeteria worker, rest her soul, a 30-year resident of Springdale, and an educator. I can only imagine how hard running a district as big and as diverse as Princeton is. I am sure that it is daunting at times. I hope that during your inspirational messages, you see the hard work and dedication of this district before you. Many of us have stood before you, myself included, and brought concerns and complaints, but few stand before you in solidarity of the decisions you make, decision-making you do. Do I always agree? No, I don't. However, I respect the time, the effort, the discernment, and the hard discussions that you are faced with every day. In a few short weeks, I will walk into Nippert Stadium, and I will watch my son walk across the stage and receive his bachelor's in electrical engineering with honors, in part because of the hard-working faculty at Princeton. Shout out to Mr. Zimmerman and Kyle Phillips. Thank you. To those in administrative roles, to those who teach, to those who feed, transport, clean our facilities, and to the frontline and central office workers, it takes all of you to build this great district. So all of that not to bring a complaint, but to say thank you. Thank you to them and to this board for doing your best to make hard decisions in a time when funding is scarce, political tensions are high, and oftentimes those in education are stretched so very, very thin. My dad, who was a janitor at Laughlin City Schools, go Panthers, used to say, you can't please all the people all the time, but make sure you're at least doing your best. So to this board, to this district, I want to say thank you for doing your best for Princeton and our community.
Wow. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we are moving to 3B, an update on Princeton. Mr. Card?
Mr. Stallings will come up and give a little update about graduations coming up really quick, which is a very exciting graduation for me with my baby graduating this year. So I'm going to listen intently.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Did you get one?
All right, everybody, just briefly, as I know graduation is literally around the corner, I just wanted you guys to be able to see the ceremony. I know it had been some questions raised, but honestly, I didn't change too much. I think the only thing that's really different this year is the fact that our ROTC will not be able to really participate just because of changes in the administration. So they're not allowed to have the uniforms on. But we have a Navy Junior ROTC group that will be able to present colors. We'll be able to carry forward as we normally do. So if you look at the third page, I said that is the third page, you can see that everything is naturally in the order that it has been. I will do a moment of silence for fallen Vikings. I think that's more than just any student, but also just staff and faculty that we've lost in the district. As recently Ms. Brown had passed. Star Spangled Banner will be performed, retiring of the colors, followed by our alma mater song. The senior class song is on here at the bottom. If you turn the page, you'll see the welcome will be presented by Mr. Card. The senior class president address will happen after that, salutatorian, valedictorian. Then Mr. Simons will come up to do his remarks, and then it will be passed over to myself, which I would give the challenge to the class of 2026, where everybody gets to the meat and potatoes, which is watching the children come up on stage and be recognized. Okay, at the conclusion of that, I will present the class of 2026, which is pretty much just allowing Mr. Simons to come up to where they'll do the changing of the tassel. We'll all cry a little bit. As you had mentioned, graduation is a special time, and we want parents to be able to get pictures in and have a great ceremony. And that will conclude the 2026 graduation ceremony.
And you've already sent the seating chart to everyone via
Yep.
email.
Yes, sir.
So if we haven't received that, then let's.
I think I sent it to everybody.
Yeah.
If you need another copy, I have it on my desk.
All right. And prior to everything, once we add the binder, we'll still have the same binder that we've had on stage in the past, so everybody's speeches can go inside. So I'll be able to kind of learn what that looks like as we change it. But from looking at the one I got to see earlier, I mean, I think it's pretty seamless and the transitions are simple.
What time should we meet at the high school? Usually we meet there and there's transportation.
Let's get that we'll get that time to you.
Okay,
We'll send you an email with all that in it.
okay. And as far as the robes, that'll be the same as last year?
Yeah, yeah.
And for new people, they'll get,
I try to take that out of his hands because he's got enough to worry about on that day.
Yeah.
So Mr.
Well,
Fricky and I and
just wanna make
Mr. Roberts
sure.
will knock that out.
I just hate
No,
to
we're
get
not
there
gonna
and
do
someone say,
robes
we don't
this
have
year."
your robe.
No,
Are we wearing hats for our PhDs?
I think people haven't passed, so if you have that.
I'm
I
wearing
would.
mine for my
I
short
think
hair.
if you've earned it, you should wear that.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Any other questions?
Thank you, Mr. Stallings.
Appreciate you.
Okay, Mr. Carr, strategic plan?
Yes, our strategic plan, as you can see, we list this, it's on our website. Academic excellence, effective communication, health and safety, affirmation and belonging, and stewardship. If you go to PrincetonSchools.net, you can find our strategic plan if you want to look at it more in depth. But we list that on all our things. We list it on our board minutes. We list it on our cabinet meetings, all those things, just so we're staying consistent with what we're doing through our strategic plan.
Okay. Need a motion for executive session?
I make a motion to go into executive session to discuss, under sections 121.22 G1, to consider the employment and compensation of a public employee of the Ohio Revised Code. But is that something that we adjusted at the beginning? No, okay. Yeah, that's my motion.
Is there a second? Mrs. Cutter?
Mrs. Cleveland?
Yes.
Mrs. Moore?
Yes.
Mrs. Ely?
Yes.
Mr. Simons?
Yes.
Mrs. Kessler?
Yes.
Motion passes. We are in executive session. On to item number 5, the consent agenda.
I move to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Ms.
Mrs.
Beck?
Moore?
Yes.
Mrs. Ely?
Yes.
Mr. Simons?
Yes.
Mrs. Kessler?
Yes.
Mrs. Cleveland?
Yes.
Motion passes. Number 6, approval of the March 2026 financial report. Need a motion?
I move to approve the March 2026 financial report as presented.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Discussion?
You received items in there. So we have the March monthly report. Based on the forecast, we are getting ready to receive our final settlements from all the counties this month. So we should have a good solid property tax number. We're projecting still on trend. We'll see how that final settlement comes in. The expense side, again, it's only 6 weeks after we approved the forecast, so all the numbers are projecting well against the forecast. The big thing is we're watching that large revenue item, or property tax revenue. The other thing I just wanted to point out to you is the investment report. The Red Tree report, we have our regular investment, which we've always seen, but we started another account to handle the building project. That we are starting to spend that money now as the project moves forward. So you'll see that start decreasing. So as we spend the money on the project, also you'll start to see that interest revenue decreasing as we're spending that revenue. So you'll see this one get smaller and smaller and smaller over the last part of this calendar year until it is also closed out with the project. So just wanted to point out to you so you can watch that number go down, possibly down to 0, hopefully by the end of the fiscal year, because that would mean that the project is completely 100% completed, and that's our hope for it, that will be all handled and closed out by the end of fiscal year 27. Okay, but everything else moving along the schedule. You have your reconciliation in there and the report of each of those funds that we now have in place.
Any questions? Just as a reminder of our fiscal year is from when to when?
July 1 to June 30. We're in the last part of the fiscal year.
Thank you.
Mrs. Ely?
Yes.
Mr. Simons?
Yes.
Mrs. Kessler?
Yes.
Mrs. Cleveland?
Yes.
Mrs. Moore?
Yes.
Motion passes. Approval of contract with Garland.
I move to approve the contract with Garland DBS Incorporated as presented.
Moved and seconded.
This is just a contract with Garland DBS for roofing with Sharonville, Springdale, and Glendale. As we have wonderful buildings, and they look really great, but we have to keep them up to make sure that we keep the life of them. So this is just that thing. This is board approved out of the capital budget, and Mr. Freaky's working with them to get that done.
Mr. Card, can you tell us which part of Glendale, since it has such a unique...
I will ask him. I didn't answer specifics like that as there was the roof. So do you have an answer for that one? All the flat roofs. There you go.
So if you're familiar with the building, you know it's the part that has the wing onto the original structure. Any other questions from the board? Mrs. Petter?
Mr. Simons?
Yes.
Mrs. Kessler?
Yes.
Mrs. Cleveland?
Yes.
Mrs. Moore?
Yes.
Mrs. Ely?
Yes.
Motion passes. C, approval of contract with Prodigy Building Solutions.
Move to approve the contract with Prodigy Building Solutions as presented.
Second.
This is with Prodigy for paving, Evendale, Lincoln Heights, and Stewart. Same thing to keep things yearly. You'll see if you go to our buildings every year, you'll see certain buildings getting done in certain areas. At the big campus, only certain areas get done every year, but so they'll be paving some areas of those buildings.
Any comments, questions? Ms. Petter?
Mrs. Kessler?
Yes.
Mrs. Cleveland?
Yes.
Mrs. Moore?
Yes.
Mrs. Ely?
Yes.
Mr. Simons?
Yes. Motion passes. Next up is discussion. Review of Hamilton County ESC. Mr. Carter?
Yeah, Mrs. Westwright's gonna come and have some conversation on that.
Okay.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
So each year we prepare the agreement with Hamilton County ESC for the services that we need for the next year. Most years they allow us to, or me or whoever's doing that, to request everything that we feel like we're going to need. And so they provide intervention services, behavioral mental health, early childhood, school leadership, and business operations. We really strongly rely on them for some of the outlying services that we may not have staffing for, which are to help students who are visually impaired. They do sign language services, occupational therapy, and sometimes we don't staff enough people in the district with those skills, so we really rely on the Hamilton County ESC. This year, the reason that it's in the discussion is because there are sometimes that we'll fill it out and then we'll make adjustments based on maybe you guys have a question about something or we have a different need. This year, because there's so many staffing issues, they really want us to be confident in this proposal. And so, which means because one of the things I did not have on there that I need to add is a math coach. Because what they're saying is because they're having so many issues with staffing that if you don't tell us now, they can't guarantee that they're going to be able to support us. So we just wanted you to be aware. It's the same thing you typically approve. We didn't really make any adjustments with that from last year to this year. It's just that we wanted to make sure that you were aware that, like, if we say in July, oh, we really don't need this visual impairment teacher, there will be some flexibility, but they just really want to make sure that we're confident in our numbers. So that's why we wanted to bring it as a discussion item tonight.
Butler and Warren, do they provide the same services?
Not to this extent. They do not have the same services. Hamilton County usually takes care of the needs, especially for the intervention, the behavior, mental health, and wellness, and the early childhood. We have done some contracts, and we are looking to do some contracts with Butler County as well, but we're really focused more on curriculum for that piece. Their curriculum supports have really been, and that would be a separate contract, and we'll be using our federal funds for that. So this contract has a mix of federal funds, general fund. They wanted all of it at the same time, and usually we break it apart, and they did not want us to do that this year, so that's why we're sending it to you as a full package. So when we do make that contract with Butler County that we're looking forward to doing, they did some great work with us with our data this year, and we're looking at possibly a reading curriculum person there. That would be out of Title IIA, and then you can see that contract separately. But these are the things that are through Hamilton County ESC.
No, thank you for the update.
And so what we'll have, we have to add a math coach. And then they did give us, because it was due Friday, but we wanted to make sure we spoke to you so you all saw it, and we'll submit tomorrow morning. Thank you.
Thank you.
They've been bugging me to sign off on that.
B, academic update.
Yes, we have Mrs. Webb, our gifted specialist, along with the CIA team, will be coming up to give us a presentation about our gifted data and programming.
One of our best contracts for Hamilton County. Yes, thank you.
I would agree.
Hi, thank you so much for the opportunity to share. Quickly, I'll hit just some of the highlights, and then Ms. Hill and Ms. Stiles will talk a little bit more in depth with some pieces. But if you have any questions, please stop me at any point. The service models that we use, most of you are aware of this, but just to reiterate, we use acceleration, cluster grouping at the elementary, an enrichment program with the GISs, and then the GISs, or the gifted intervention specialists, also push into the classrooms for math to help out. The specific pullout with those gifted intervention specialists is 30 fourth grade kiddos and 38 fifth grade students. They get to come and meet to do some really specific enrichment exercises for them, along with those GISs also having contact with their classroom teachers student math. So it's supported in kind of two different ways. At the middle school, we have the Honors Plus program. High school, we have so many awesome opportunities, AP, IB, CCP, and honors classes. Really that focus, especially at high school, is what's that pathway and what courses can you find that really support that future learning, that role that you want to take going forward. So really great options. We have really, since last year, looked at acceleration as almost its own intervention piece for our gifted learners. Because they learn so quickly, math acceleration is a great opportunity for them because they get to spend most of their day being their same age peer, right? We're not having to have them go up a grade and maturity and all those pieces. So they are able to take one class, so they only have to pretend to be a year older for that one math class, but then get to spend the rest of their day with their same age peers. So acceleration's a great option for this. We have that with our fourth graders we met with this year, so they'll start with fifth grade, and then we'll have a video for you Ladora has that's amazing with kids that have done it this year. The other area that this happens, and this is not just for gifted students, but with that 8th grade algebra class. So being able to take a high school credit class earlier on is also a form of acceleration, which is fabulous because then they can take calculus as seniors.
Can you repeat that, what you just said?
Sure. So the math cohort for the 5th grade where they
Right.
skip 5th grade, but then also 8th grade algebra as high school credit. So that you don't have to be gifted for that. So there's more opportunities for more kids that are high achieving, but they do get to then take calculus as seniors, or they can take AP statistics or something like that. But because they get to take that high school math earlier, it opens more opportunities for them later on.
So would they take that algebra during the school year, or is that something they have to do in the summer?
Yes, they take it during the school
Oh,
year.
that's really good.
Yeah, it's a wonderful opportunity. Thank you for the questions. The other piece that I'm really involved in is that professional development for teachers. There are lots of ways that at Princeton you can receive the hours. Our teachers who are not gifted specialists but do provide gifted support have to do 60 hours of specific learning for around gifted learners over 4 years. And so we have lots of different teachers at different paces, so we have all of that tracked. But there's also opportunities within the elementary where the gifted teachers work with them, and they can receive hours in planning and working with the grade levels. They share resources. We also collaborate with our middle school with science and some of the math work that's happening. This year, just independently, so asynchronously, our teachers have logged over 96 hours of gifted PD, and that's on their own. Then there's Viking U, where I got to do 3 sessions. It was so much fun. 85 teachers in that, 3 different sessions. Really a wonderful time. And then there's over 90 learning reflections that the teachers have done this year. And then we've had 10 that did longer book studies. So the book studies are more hours. They're 15 hours each. And we had 10 of our teachers participate through that. We also, last year, they started a gifted website, and then I've continued and built onto that. So all of our teachers have access, and that's where they do the asynchronous part, where maybe some of the things didn't fit their schedule. but they have access to all of these resources and any professional learning through that website. This is just a really quick overview of the numbers. In your packet, it does get in towards the very end of it. It does give you by grade and level, but this is kind of just an overview, high level, and then of our secondary. I will have to shout out here, Kyle Phillips this year worked with me intentionally around really pursuing that visual performing arts gifted identification. And so we have 22 new students that were ID'd just this year. They've received their letters probably right before spring break, so really exciting.
Good evening. So I want to share just a quick update on our elementary program updates. So our gifted enrichment field trips, we're excited that, well, first of all, thank you, a special thank you to our GISs who worked together to plan the trips with input from the students. So all students at all 8 elementary buildings are represented in the 4th and 5th grade class. So they get together once, 3 times a year, and they come to PAC, or they do different things in different locations, and they do collaboration, they do problem-based learning. So very excited about that. One of the field trips that they did was they did the math pentathlon tournament. So what that is they come together, they work strategically, they do games, and they learn about the spatial reasoning, logic, and cooperative problem solving. And we also have parent volunteers who come, so this whole room is filled with lots of learning and the students getting to know each other. One of the main goals of this was to really have those 4th and 5th graders, especially our 5th graders, get to make some friends before they go over to the middle school. So as they come together here, all of those hours that they spend, they come around 9:30 and they eat lunch together and they go back to their buildings. So we've increased that time for them to spend time together, to get to know each other and really problem solve as a team. One of the other opportunities they had was we wanted to use our resources here in Princeton. So they actually they went and did chess and esports integration. So we worked really hard with the high school staff, and they were able to work with high school students, talk about the esports team. So it was really a nice collaboration for them to see what they could do when they get to the high school. So really trying to use our Princeton resources for our students. So very excited about that. And then this is a new one that we're doing this year. We typically do a glow day, and they all come over here as well. And we're using Kane's Arcade this year, where the students really have to come up with creative ways and actual games that they can play with strategic logic. And we turn the whole upstairs gym here into a light-up glow day. And it's really nice. Parents come and teachers come. We go upstairs and we see the creativity. So you see the art, you see the artistic piece, you see the problem solving, and you see collaboration. And this was the video. I had the opportunity to go over and visit the students, and this is our GIS, Nicole, who actually stays there with them every morning, which is great. So she meets them off the bus, so they continue. So we were going to do it just a little bit in the beginning of the year, but the kids were like, no, she has to come. So she starts her day there every day, and she stays with them for their first bell. And they're doing great. They're reporting, great scores. They're reporting how much they like it. So here is a quick video from the students themselves, why they enjoy participating with the middle school program. Okay.
We have been extremely.
This feast or family video.
So. Hi, I'm Nicole Vicario, and I'm a gifted specialist here in Princeton City Schools. I work at the elementary level, but I am lucky because I get to come to the middle school each day because for the first time in Princeton City Schools history, we have accelerated some fifth graders where they get to take sixth grade math here at Princeton City Middle School. So we are going to show you and have some kids explain what they have enjoyed about this first time experience and how they have things that they felt they have gained from coming here.
When I went to middle school, I finally felt challenged. What I like about doing this is the teachers support you even if you have like missing work or don't get the best grades, the teachers still support you. Hi, my name is Gus, and what I like about this program is that we get to have a head start on middle school. I'm Kate, and I love this experience getting to go to the middle school in the morning because I feel super challenged, and it's so fun to like get challenged. Like it's not too easy for me. Hi, my name is Brayden. I like turtles, and my favorite part about the program is that I like meeting kids from other schools that we might see next year.
Hi, my name is Weston, and what I like about being at the middle school for math is we have homeroom time to relax.
Hi, I'm Kate, and I like to be challenged at the middle school meeting.
Some wanted to do
Hi,
two,
my
so I
name
said
is
fine.
Madison, and I like how welcoming the teachers were. My name is Connor, and I like how nice the teachers are to you. Hi, my name is Vincent, and I like how I'm finally challenged. My name is Ryan, and Hi, my name is Eleanor, and what I like about the math program is that we're challenged and the teachers help us with problems if we need it.
Do you have any questions?
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes.
Did the students still do the math pentathlon where they go to Indianapolis or they compete against other schools, or is that not a thing anymore?
So we did that for my first 2 years here, and then we had to end up canceling it based on funding. The teachers are willing to go, so now that we are through some budgetary items, perhaps maybe we can re-up on that trip as well. But we did go for 2 years, my first 2 years here, and they did go previous before I came here as well.
Okay.
So
So my kids were in that. We paid for it.
Yes.
Like back in the day, like I paid and got the hotel room and all that stuff.
Right.
My kid loved it.
It's a wonderful experience.
So, yeah, it was a really fun thing.
Right. Okay, anything else? Okay, thank you.
Good evening. Just a few secondary updates as it relates to both math and science. We do have our math compacted curriculum, which we've had for several years now, and that's where our students can take Algebra 1 in the 8th grade. The piece that is new this year is for the first time our 7th grade Honors Plus students will be taking the 8th grade OST. Traditionally in the past they have still taken the 7th grade test, so this year they'll be taking the 8th grade test because they will have completed the entire 8th grade curriculum as well. New legislation that is in place, students that earn an advanced OST score will automatically qualify for advanced learning opportunities because we provide those Honors and Honors Plus classes. That will not significantly impact us because we're already providing opportunities for those students. They don't have to necessarily get the top advanced score. Many of our students who get the accomplished score, which is one performance level below, or have the higher MAP or iReady data, are already qualifying. So while this legislation's in place, we've already been providing those opportunities, so it will maybe provide more opportunities, but we're already providing that for our students. And then just as an additional data point, our Algebra 1 student enrollment since 22-23 school year has just slightly over doubled because we have expanded those opportunities. It used to be solely for students with the gifted identification, but because we have expanded that and look at additional data points, we've been able to double that score, and that will continue to increase now that we have added the 5th grade students to be able to come and start in 6th grade. The table that is shown right there just shows the progression of what those end of course and state assessments will look like. So this year's 5th graders will take the 6th grade test, but then by the time they're 6th graders, they will actually skip over the 7th grade test and take that 8th grade test. allowing them to take the algebra end of course exam as 7th graders and then taking geometry as 8th graders. So continuing those math learning opportunities beyond AP Calculus and AP Statistics. New next year, and this is where Ms. Webb and I, along with the middle school team, have been working very hard, is we want to expand that compacted curriculum to our science courses as well. So similar to how we do a 6th and 7th grade compacted curriculum for math, we are going to start that with our incoming 6th graders next year. So by the time that our incoming 6th graders are 7th graders, they will take the 8th grade science OST, which will allow them to take a high school science course for high school credit, similar to how they take Algebra 1 for high school credit now. It will be a combination of a semester of physics and a semester of chemistry in the 8th grade, in which they will earn their physical science credit. We really want to ramp up that curriculum and make it incredibly rigorous and challenging so that when they roll into the honors chem and honors physics, and then even further down the road when they do IB physics and AP chem, that those scores then lend itself to higher data. So we're getting them a jump start on that as well as giving them the high school credit. So we're very excited about that opportunity, starting with next year's incoming 6th graders. We've also expanded some of our CCP offerings for this year that were reflected in the Polaris. We will have to do an update because after the Polaris was approved, we did find out that we had additional courses approved. One of the nice things with the partnerships that we have is they are looking for opportunities in addition to those teachers who are getting the credentials to see what kind of CCP courses we could possibly offer, in which those are listed here, where they don't have to go back and complete additional college coursework. So those courses that are listed here for CCP, Spanish, French, ASL we have been offering. We made a few slight adjustments with that, but we have been offering that for a few years, as well as CCP Science with solar systems and stars and galaxies. We are now able to offer those courses with no additional college work required. So even the universities are looking to see how else we can expand those CCP offerings. Credentialing is a part of it, but then what other opportunities based on experience of teaching certain courses that can open up opportunities for our students, which is great. We will be starting our CCP advising sessions this Wednesday, where they can schedule a 30-minute period with college advisors to see what kind of courses they should be taking, whether they should select AP, IB, CCP, or a combination of both. We have found that those advising sessions are very helpful for students based on what their elected pathway is going to be once they go into post-secondary education. They came last week. We do have a new advisor from Cincinnati State. They visited a lot of our classes last week and showed students how to sign up for those advising sessions, and then those will start this Wednesday and go for 4 to 5 weeks. And then we also had our Miami Associates meeting that was held in March for any students who are interested in getting their associate's degree, in which they will go off campus to the Hamilton location. And we are continuing to have our 8 teachers that will be earning their CCP credentials, hopefully by the end of 2028. Some are almost finished and will complete the summer. And we did just have a few more teachers join, and they will have until the end of 2028 to get those courses completed. 18 hours are required. However, they will let you start teaching the CCP course after you complete 9 college credit hours.
Oh, may I ask a quick question?
Sure.
Do you have such a relationship with UC like you have with Miami and Cincinnati State?
Miami and Cincinnati State are our 2 strongest partnerships. Students are able to go on campus to UC, but currently all of the teachers that teach courses on campus have gone through the credentialing through Cincinnati State. It just seems to have been a little bit more seamless and a little bit more structured, and we have found more success with teachers getting approved for credentialing through Cincinnati State.
Now, when you meet with the students, is there also an opportunity, not that we have helicopter parents or anything, but is there also an opportunity for the parents to come to that meeting or to know about the gifted program? Some children, students may not understand the significance of it. Is it a situation where you also notify the parents?
You mean for CCP?
Yeah, well, not CCP, but what was it you were talking about? You said you meet with the student. I thought you said you met with students. The advising.
The advising. Those are typically which is the students and the advisor. If a parent wants to attend, they're more than welcome to. So whenever the student signs up to see that college advisor, they would just need to let their parent know, and if their parent can make it, that would be completely appropriate. But it does happen during the school day, so it would have to be allowed to fit within the parent schedule.
So how do you identify these gifted students, and what if the parents or the students themselves say, no, we're not gifted, everybody in our family's smart?
Students can earn the gifted identification either through taking the COGAT or with being in the 95th percentile for either their iReady data or their MAP data.
Okay.
And then if they are identified as gifted, they are automatically placed in those certain courses, but
Okay.
parents do have the opportunity to opt out if they so choose to not receive those gifted services.
So if I live in the school district, I'm not enrolled, my kid is not enrolled, but I'm sort of interested, I can contact you and get the COGAT, or whatever you call that.
I am not sure.
How does
if
that
we
work?
I don't administer the COGAT part of it.
So the way that the testing works, because it's during the school day with our kids, the students have to be enrolled, just safety purposes. And
I
like we have
see.
to have student identification and their birth dates and all of that information to be able to provide the testing, because it's all
I see.
online. So,
That's
but
great.
the CCP, any student can take. We try to encourage our gifted kids to enroll in those CCP courses.
I see.
But any student has that opportunity. The partnership piece you can speak more to. I know some of them have tests that you have to
Okay.
pass and things to take them, but
I see. Thank you, sorry to interrupt.
No, you're fine. And then with,
So
if they,
if-
oh, sorry, go ahead.
I don't think you got that one question answered, which is, if I'm not enrolled at Princeton, but I think my kid is smart enough to be considered gifted, and I'm attending another school district that does not offer this program, how do I make steps to, other than enrolling in Princeton, to find out if my child is gifted?
So every district has to administer the COGAT to 2 different grade levels. That's
Okay.
not just a Princeton decision,
Oh.
that's every district. You
Okay.
have to administer
Thank you.
that.
Yeah,
Thank you.
and from the time a child is 3 years old, whether their child is enrolled in the district or not, if they live in the district psychologists and other experts like yourself will test a child.
If they are enrolled, then yes, we will test the child. for
They have to be
gifted services.
enrolled to be tested. Thank you.
And then just to share a little bit of our report card data, some of the highlights that we have consistently met the progress value added for our for our students who are identified as gifted since the 21-22 school year, probably even earlier than that, but that's when the new report card had rolled in, so that's the data that we have available. And while there was a little bit of a dip in the 23-24 school year, when you look at 21-22 compared to now, our performance index has also continued to increase. In order to meet that goal outright, we do have to get a 97.5%, but we are inching our way there. And the way that we are going to continue to work towards getting that 97.5% is when we look at our performance levels. So similar to what Ms. Webb was explaining and what Ms. Hill were explaining, and then what I was sharing with the science and math compacted curriculum, if you look at those bottom 2 point values, the advanced score, the 1.2, and the advanced plus score, whenever we have a student that is testing above their grade level, so when our 5th grade students are taking the 6th grade math test, when our 8th grade students are taking algebra, and then soon to be when our incoming 6th graders take the 8th grade science test, when they get a bump in all of their data. So if they score proficient, they get a point value of accomplished. If they score accomplished, they get a point value of advanced, and if they score advanced, they get a point value of an advanced plus. So that allows for our performance index data to continue to grow. So the more opportunities that we provide our students with that accelerated learning where they're testing above grade level of their same age peers, the higher that our performance index data is. So that's why we continue to work with Ms. Webb, and Ms. Hill and I continue to work together to see what kind of advanced learning opportunities we can provide our students so that we can maximize that performance index data that will ultimately lead us to that 97.5. And then the last thing that I want to share, just to end on a celebration and end on a high note, Mr. Card will be sharing some information as well, but we did find out last week, and I was very excited, and Ms. Hill can share some additional information because I know that the elementaries have also received this award. Ms. Bailey acknowledged that Lincoln Heights received this award, I believe, last year, but both our middle school and our high school did get the Momentum Award for 2025 for our report card data, so that was a huge celebration that we shared with middle school and high school. That I definitely wanted to make sure that we said loud and proud today. Mr. Card will be sharing, like I said, some additional information as it relates to the district, but we always like to end with a celebration and end on a highlight. So
I may
wanted
share
to-
right now if you don't mind.
Go for it.
Princeton City School District also got the Momentum Award, 1 out of 20 districts in the state.
Wow, that's great.
So I'm marking it off my report.
That's really good news.
Yes, so we are celebrating that loud and proud. Our teachers are very excited and they work very hard for that. Any questions?
I have a couple questions and
Sure.
comments. I think this report is great. Thank you so much for
Yeah.
all of this. It really makes me excited about the gifted program that we're moving forward on. I wonder about those students that aren't necessarily AP, academic, IB students, the truly gifted superior cog student that may not find success through the academics. Are there other opportunities we have for the high school students? I don't know, like maybe through the business partnerships, that they can take field trips, or ways to keep students engaged who are gifted but maybe aren't performing academically.
So you mean, so they have the gifted identification, but maybe just their academic grades are not reflecting their ability,
Yeah.
and so we're wanting to see what other opportunities we can
I see
provide?
what she's saying.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure I was
Yeah.
understanding
Yeah.
the questions. So we do have career awareness funds that we get through the state and through Scarlet Oaks, and we do work to provide some of those workforce-related opportunities to keep our students engaged. We are starting to incorporate more pre-apprenticeship opportunities where students can take those field trips and specifically do hands-on learning experiences to see what for them to be able to lean into maybe some of their passions and interests that they might have that are not necessarily math, science, English, or social studies, but might be in HVAC or electrician or plumbing or in the arts. I know that we're working very closely with our lead partnership in Ms. Holliday to do an art pre-apprenticeship for next year. She's got a ton of connections, as you know, to be able to provide those hands-on learning experiences. So we are working to build those out. Health science and advanced manufacturing and construction are another opportunities. We do have the construction pre-apprenticeship already built out at our Innovation Center, so those students do get to take those field trips. Construction Day is coming up. It's always the first or second week in May. So we are looking to build upon that. Admittedly, we are just scratching the surface, so some of those opportunities are a little bit more limited this year. But with our lead career coach, Jerisa Garcia, who is primarily stationed at our Innovation Center using school improvement funds and career funds, but she does also set up opportunities for our main campus at the high school for those students to be able to get field trips. Because I agree that, you know, we have amazing opportunities, as everyone knows, academically with our students, but there's a lot out there that a classroom simply can't provide, and so we want to be able to continue to provide and expand those opportunities, because there's a lot of great workforce opportunities that are not related necessarily to the course that they might be taking in class, and we want those students to be able to experience that.
Yeah, one of the things I liked about the first presentation was it seemed like they were almost becoming friends through this program. And I feel like that's going to be a wonderful thing when they do get to high school, just to keep them so that they have people they can relate to.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times the superior cogs they think differently. So they feel like they are outsiders, and I just think that as long as we can keep them engaged, we can keep them finding success, and then Princeton can grow too. I know we always want to try to get National Merit Scholars in this district, and I know those kids are here. They attend our school, and when I speak with families, a lot of times parents don't know about that test.
That's right.
And they don't know the year that they take it. They know they're taking it, but they don't really understand the significance of that award. And I don't know if we can have some engagement with the parents at some of these meetings.
Yeah.
We used to have method learning.
We still do.
We still have it. If we can just keep emphasizing that we don't want them to just show up at this test and just, do average, but this test would really benefit them in the long run, especially if they're able to prepare for it, because we know they have the capacity to score high.
Yes. And method learning does, you are right, method learning does help them prepare for both the SAT and PSAT and the ACT. So that's one of the wonderful things about that online platform.
Yeah. Then I just had one more question about the WEPs. I've always been confused about that. They would come home, sometimes they would say sign it, sometimes they would say don't sign it. There would be goals, but there was never really any follow-up when my children went here. So, what does a WEP really mean?
She will explain it. I will say at the elementary level, it is much easier and more personalized. The GISs will attend like parent-teacher conferences, and if they can't, a lot of times the teacher will then bring the web and sign in that parent-teacher conference. At the middle school and high school, the numbers are much larger. A written education plan is necessary to call a student served for our courses, whatever the gifted identification area is. They have to be in a course that complements that area. Does that make sense? So those courses all have very specific learning goals that were written with the teacher, but universally. So the 9th grade teacher teaching this class and this 9th grade teacher have to have the same goal to have that like unified, right? So that teacher or that student, no matter which teacher they have, has that same learning experience. So the parent is supposed to sign it. We do use Same Goal, which allows us to send it home digitally and sign digitally, but we don't always get them back. I did, especially because we have written acceleration plans for all this accelerated learning that's happening. I made sure and send a forward email first because it does come through a program, and sometimes people are like, oh, that's just phishing, and don't want to click on the link. And right, so we've done a little bit better job this year of even just communicating outwardly, like, hey, a communication is coming, it looks like this. Please open it up because it is a document about your student. So while they can be more personalized, and I think we do a really good job at the elementary level, that middle school and high school, it's tougher because the numbers are, it's just much bigger.
Yeah.
But we have more opportunities too. So a CCP course that's out doesn't have to have a web, but it is still considered gifted service for that student because it's supporting that advanced learning. Our in-house CCP, they do write webs for them.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah. So like when a web would have goals for the student, and then if the student doesn't achieve those goals, is there a follow-up?
So there's supposed to be at the end of the year a web progress report, and most of the time we communicate that through grades. So we say, this is the goal that they're supposed to meet, and we use grades to kind of communicate updates throughout the year so that you know how your student is progressing. The other piece is we do have new operating standards. So part of that change was that the goals had to be a lot more specific than they used to be. So they had to be focused on Ohio learning standards too. So they become really like black and white, whether or not that student mastered that learning standard or not. The web progress piece looks different again at the elementary. They do send a communication that's different. At the middle school and high school, they communicate outwardly like grades or how we say whether or not the student is passing. But there isn't a secondary thing through Same Goal that comes and says, met or not met.
Okay, thank you.
I was just going to say thank you to all of you for the report tonight, because this is one of the selling points of Princeton. You're essentially growing a gifted program that will produce within the next 5 to 6 years National Merit Scholars. There was a time at Princeton when I went to school here, we had National Merit Scholars. I know it's the same old song, different tune, but I got to say it. We had them 5 or 6 of them every year, and it was normal. So I don't know how often we have them now. I know we had one a couple years ago, but these types of programs and the money and time and effort you're putting into this is really going to pay off so well for individual students and for the district as a whole. So thank you for your hard work, and thank you for the report.
Thank you.
Okay, we are going to move to 8A, the Treasurer's Report.
Good news, I got an email this morning. The final audit was finally completed.
Good job, good job. Glad. Thank
State's
you.
a little bit behind. I'll have some notes on that for you as soon as I can. Also, just to let you know, I'm going to the Ohio School Business Officials Conference the rest of this week. So I'll have my phone, I'll have my email. You can find me when you need me.
Okay.
Looking forward to that as usual.
Thank you.
That's it?
That's it.
Boy.
Short
Wow.
and sweet. Get ready to write.
Mr. Corey?
I have a little more, but I'll make it fast, I promise. So you got an email from Ms. Slaughter today, talked about some senior activities, so I wanted to put a couple of them on camera. You go through school links, and there've been texts going out about them, because I get them, because I have a senior. May 4th and 5th are mandatory graduation meetings. You need to attend just one of the 2 nights with the parents. Be 6 p.m. in the cafeteria at the high school. Go through Viking Village. When you get there, you can pay outstanding fees, which you must have to pick up the diplomas. I know that's important. Pick up your cap and gown, and then if you have bought any sign, senior sign, or if you're CCP or whatever, you can pick those up as well. May 7th will be the first mandatory graduation practice, so you can see that also. And senior clap out, where they go to the elementary schools, will be May 8th. So those are some things you can find on school links, and I think he did say it was on the Parents of Princeton too. So if you're on there, you can find it there as well. If you have questions, please let us know. Email the high school, and they can help you out with that. Spring sports are in full swing, as Mr. Roberts knows. We have every night. There's 2 or 3 things on my calendar, so you can do that. VikeNation.org if you want to see those schedules. Starting April 23rd, 24th, 26th, 25th, spring musical Annie. So if you like that, go check it out. I think the kids always do a great job. We talked about the Momentum Awards, so that's great. Another great. I said the Vikings are on fire and all the stuff we've done tonight. That's what the heading is. Vikings on fire. Stewart Elementary is now a Hall of Fame school.
All right.
A couple months ago, they came down the state the association, elementary school administrators. I spoke with them. A lot of the teachers and staff, community folks came and talked to them, and they did a great job. So I was able to go and congratulate them on Friday. All 8 of our elementaries are now Hall of Fame schools, along with all 11 being Purple Star schools. So that is something to be happy about.
You're going to celebrate this Friday? Is that what
No, I
you
went
said?
last Friday over there
okay.
and saw them. Yeah, just to give them a shout out. And then another great thing I got last week was the Ohio Association of School Nurses. That Franca Burton is the Nurse of the Year.
Wow.
So we want to celebrate that. I was able to go see her. I think it was Friday. She wasn't in when I went to see her. They had some stuff going on, but I was able to give her a nice card and some things, just saying congratulations. We know with her heart of health, these things, and all the stuff she does. She's awesome. And then last, this happened a few weeks ago, but I'm going to say it now, is the Ohio School Public Relations Association is giving an achievement award to Miss Roddy.
All right.
Either she will get, they're keeping it quiet, but it's either going to be the Mark of Excellence or the Mark of Distinction. You don't know what it is, right? You don't know yet. So we're planning on being up there. I know she'll be up there more than this, but go up to celebrate her next Thursday for all the hard work she does. We know she works countless hours. She's everywhere all the time, and we text it late at night and early in the morning and every other time, don't we? So we know she's doing great things for our kids and to make Princeton. Let people know what's going on at Princeton. So that's all I have. Told you to be quick.
I wonder if you may have done it already, but pardon?
Can I do one more thing?
Go ahead.
This week is Ohio Military Family Spirit Week. Forgot about that. So today was red, white, and blue. I have my red and a little bit of white, but no, I have my blue on and wear my red. Tomorrow, April 14th, support your military branch day. April 15th, purple up. So Wednesday, wear your purple. Thursday is wear camouflage. Friday is red. Remember, everyone deployed, so wear red on Friday. Sorry.
All right. I was wondering if Mr. Roberts could or would, or if he would choose, could you run down all the celebrations we're going to have coming up? You gave us some of them in a text, but I'd love for the public to hear about the great things that we're going to be doing to celebrate some of our teams, especially the boys basketball team, or men's basketball team. Is that what they're called? Okay. All righty then. They're still boys. They're not men yet. Thank you, Mr. Roberts.
Sure, absolutely. So they've been pretty busy the last couple of days. Tomorrow they will, boys and girls basketball will be at the Springfield Township Council meeting at 5:30 p.m. To recognize both of them. And then starting at 7 p.m. tomorrow night, they will head to Sharonville City Council, and that will be just boys basketball. We were slated to go to Springdale the next day, Wednesday the 15th, but due to scheduling conflicts, we've got to move that to down the road. Mrs. Roddy is working on Woodlawn? May 6th for Woodlawn Council, so we'll update the document on that. And then State House, May 13th.
Which one is May?
May 13th, they'll go to the State House at 2.
May 6th is one.
Okay.
Cincinnati Reds on May the 8th. Not throwing out the first pitch.
And we've been to the commissioners and a few other places, so they're getting their flowers like they deserve.
Quite busy.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, we'll start to my left. Mary Cleveland, you have anything to add at this time?
I did want to just bring up, that, Great Oaks, Scarlet Oaks, senior ceremony is the same night as our meeting.
Yeah.
So,
We will split it. The administrator, I'll go, and I think last year I went to Great Oaks and we split it. Is it the underclassmen awards that night?
it's actually senior ceremony.
I
It's
mean,
a graduation?
we have something going on that same night here. I think it's
It's
underclassmen.
a board meeting.
Oh, I didn't see that on
What
there.
day is that? Board meeting is the same.
Oh, it's
What
on
night?
this.
May 11th.
Oh, I didn't.
You know, I'm bringing it up.
We have something else at the high school too. One of our award ceremonies that day, I think. That's why.
The same day?
Yeah. Let me look.
Okay, so we need to look at May 11th.
We don't have one.
I don't think
it's on the
board meets
4th
on
and
the 11th.
18th. We might have already fixed that.
18.
Yeah, so they moved it. So what else do you think?
We have the underclassmen award. So we always,
Okay.
I go to
okay.
one, somebody goes to another. We split it.
When are the
But
underclassmen?
it's Really like,
The 11th?
put on everybody's calendar that May 11th is a senior ceremony for Scarlet.
Yep.
And where is it this year?
Northern Kentucky.
Truist.
Northern Kentucky.
Well, I'll send you all those down
Okay.
if you'd like for me to.
Thank you.
I'll make sure we have some representation.
Yeah, well, I plan on being there.
I'll be there, but it'd be very good.
There you go.
And this year, for some reason, Great Oaks have 2 ceremonies going on that night.
What?
Campuses. And then I think 2 nights later, the other 2 campuses are on the same night. So they already have us.
Oh, they're busy.
In terms of, the board of trustees, we're splitting up, to accommodate, because they are in
Can't find
completely different parts of the city.
Oh, my goodness.
Anything from Ohio?
Lots going on in Ohio. There's, right now, from a legislative standpoint, we don't have anything going on because they're still in recess. However, the number of, bills that are, that deal with public education have gone up. I think we're now over 300. So it'll be interesting if they can come back, as to what happens next. So I would say to everyone, just pay attention. Pay attention. Because there's a lot of, some things that will definitely impact us. But we just need to be aware. Thank you. Pretty quiet right now. And the things that I'm doing, I'm all over the state. I literally have gone from corner to corner. I've seen parts of the state I didn't even know existed. Like I got to see where Bob Evans began in Rio Grande, which is on the border of West Virginia, if you didn't know that. I've gone from Youngstown to Cleveland. I've covered the state. And I keep zigzagging, but I enjoy it. I mean, one thing that I'm learning is just how much we all need to be paying attention to what's happening in public education. Whether we are a rural district, urban district, suburban district, it really doesn't matter. We all have the same issues. So, and that's part of what we're doing is trying to make sure that we unite ourselves along the things that matter, which is making sure our kids get educated. So, a lot, like I said, it's kind of quiet at the State House right now, but we're gearing up because we know it's gonna come very quickly on us when they come back, so. just pay attention.
Okay. Discuss it.
I do have something.
Sure.
I just want to share the Princeton Education Foundation is selling pavers that can be installed in front of Viking Village if you have a retiring staff member or a graduating senior or you are an alumni. If you would like to order a brick, they have a website and those will be installed this summer.
Thank you. Gina?
No, I don't have anything.
Jada? Yep. Okay. Need a motion for executive session?
I move that we go into executive session to discuss under sections 121.22G1 to consider the employment and compensation of a public employee and for preparing for conducting or reviewing negotiations or bargaining sessions with public employees concerning their compensation or other terms and conditions of their employment of the Ohio Revised Code, and two, to consider the purchase or property for public purposes, the sale of property at competitive bidding, or the sale or other disposition of unneeded, obsolete, or unfit for use property in accordance with section 505.10 of the Ohio Revised Code.
Second.
Moved and second. Mrs. Petter?
Mrs. Cleveland?
Yes.
Mrs. Moore?
Yes.
Mrs. Ely?
Yes.
Mr. Simons?
Yes.
Mrs. Kessler?
Yes.
Okay, we are in executive session. No further action post-executive session is expected.